Good morning. Yesterday we talked about this overpayment to a vendor, and I was looking at the screens trying to allocate that overpayment that we'd made, looking in the wrong screen. So basically we should have been looking at the First Up Consultants, which was the company that we'd overpaid, and this was the payment that I made yesterday when I was at your offices. A payment was made of 1,500, so we paid 1,500 and we allocated it only to one particular invoice, which was for 120. So what this is showing is the payment and the remaining amount. Now we can click on that remaining amount and it will show us the application. We can see the amount that was paid, clicking here, as the actual payment that I made yesterday. So what I didn't do yesterday correctly was process and go to apply entries. Now equally I can unapply the entries. So I have a payment that I made against a specific invoice for 120. I could unapply it because I've actually incorrectly, I've paid 1,500 but applied it to the wrong invoice, and I could unapply it and then reapply it. So that would be unapply. I could reverse the whole transaction. But if I do apply entries, this is where the screen yesterday I had was incorrect because I was looking at it from the payments and not from the vendor screen. So you can now see that I have a list of all the First Up Consultants outstanding invoices, whereas the screen that I had was a payment screen yesterday that had all vendors. So this is the screen that we apply additional payments. Now you can see down here that I've got 1,380 to apply. So I've got 1,380 that I can apply to any other invoice here. So I can say I want to apply it to this one. Equally I could apply 922 to this one and 240 to this one, or whatever I want to do to apply an amount. So rather than getting a refund, I can go in here and process this and say I want to apply an amount to that particular invoice. Now I would have to change this to minus 1380, which is the amount to apply, and you can now see that my balance is 0. Applied amount, the available that I had to apply, and now I've got 0. And at this point I can post that particular application. So if I post that application, say yes, that has successfully posted that application against that invoice. So now I have that payment has disappeared from there because it's no longer an outstanding payment. That existed in this list because there was an outstanding payment. There is no longer an outstanding payment because if we go back and we can have a look at, well, we can actually have a look at the payments that were made in this particular area. So we can now look at the payments. Effectively, we can see payment here, which was the payment for 1,500, and we can look at that and we can see that payment there is now gone from my list of outstanding because it's pretty much sorted. I had overdue, I had a payment in there, that's now gone.